Today, we will be talking about some of the practical questions. How can a working professional like yourself earn a US degree without putting life, work, and family on hold? Because I know all of us as adults have all kinds of roles and responsibilities. Some of you might have kids, some others working full time, some of you might be working part time, and this opportunity is for you to learn about how you can earn a degree without leaving all the responsibility that you have. So, an American degree, as you know, is very valued around the world. Many people would like to come to the United States and earn a degree. But given that we all professionals and have all kinds of roles and responsibilities, you can't put your life on hold and go somewhere for 2 years, 3 years, or whatever time it takes to earn a degree. Definitely, from my experience and a little bit about myself, I've been in higher education for 40 years. I've worked for almost 25 years, with adults that were coming back to college and university earning a degree. And most of them were working adults with roles and responsibility and families. So I noticed all along, for the last 20, 30 years, as people came and earned a degree, either online or in person, their life and careers were transformed. They were able to use the degree to advance their profession. They were able to use it to be an educated person. And let me draw a little difference between education and training. Training is like you go for a day or 2 days and you learn how to press buttons on a computer or something like that. And of course, you come back and you're trained. But with education, there's a transformation that happens. There's a whole set of new skills and tools that you learn that will serve you for the rest of your life. So who do we serve as FCU? Primarily adults like yourself, with roles and responsibilities. And the purpose of the FCU is to really offer you a US degree without relocating, without leaving your jobs or family and everything else. And of course, we have scholarships, and I'll tell you more about it in terms of admissions process and all that. Next, I'd like to talk a little bit about the education no longer bound by geography. When I started going to college or university, I had to physically go somewhere and sit down and in a classroom, and all that. Nowadays, the education happens from anywhere. Another thing that's happened is that because of age of information, the information that you get from FCU is as good as the information you're getting from any other university that you might attend. And the reason is because in the old days, university could contain the information within their boundaries and don't give you access to it. Today, the same books that sits in the library of Harvard is available online, most of them. But you need to know where to go, how to access this information, how to use it to advance your own personal goals and objectives. So education has become very much liberated from those days that was a pyramid shape. Everybody had to go to the school and go to the top. But nowadays, with the education being so distributed, through the online, you can really earn a degree from anywhere. And that's what FCU comes in, Florida Coastal University, providing that opportunity. And a little bit about traditional model versus modern model. So, in fact, the way I like to frame this is that, and I'm sure I'm one of them, I'm one of you that went through that old educational model, which was pedagogy. And the pedagogy, the word pedag comes from Greek word means child. So the style was that you sit down and somebody tells you how things going to be and how wonderful things going to get and all that stuff. Those days are over. The model that we use at FCU is called andragogy. And andragogy is about adult. Andra in Greek means adult and goji means learning. So andragogy is a learning how adults learn, which is different from an 18-year-old, 17-year-old going to college. So using that model, and what does that mean? You will be part of a learning process. You're not going to be sitting down and somebody filling your head. You're going to be part of the participating in conversations. Many of you bring experience, and that experience will be validated by the faculty. And then a new concept and ideas or tools will be shared with you so you can use it either at work. And of course, these are the kind of ideas that are going to be shared with you because most of our faculty are practitioners. Means they have been in the field that they are teaching, and they bring that practical experience into the classroom. I'm going to share it with you so you can take some of these ideas, go back to wherever you are and try it. And if it doesn't work, you can come back and tell the faculty, listen, that idea that you presented didn't really work. So he can then engage with you and present other ideas. So there's going to be a lot of give and take. So that's quickly in terms of traditional model versus the modern model for learning. Now, the global value of a U.S. degree, it's the international recognition. Employers have a very good positive impression of the degrees that somebody earns a degree from U.S. Industry aligned curriculum. We have arrangements with a number of corporations and companies, so we constantly try to see what is going on so we can make these curriculum as aligned with the needs of the workplace. And then you will have an opportunity of doing research if you're signing up for a doctoral program or even on a master's, and you can engage with the faculty, picking up the research subject matter and work it. A degree will help you to advance your career. And so that always, like, some people come in with degrees, they advance faster than if you don't have it. And then, of course, you're going to be engaging with the global classroom where you're going to have a global network of friends and others. In terms of traditional study abroad barriers, one of the biggest, because the U.S. has one of the highest kind of per capita, and therefore the price of education has been going up. We have tried to price the tuition in a way that's affordable internationally. So we didn't go based on the U.S. model, but what can an international applicant or student afford? So when you take a look at our tuition, you're going to see a tremendous difference between the tuition FCU offers and others. You don't have relocation expenses. You're going to be, and then of course, if you want to try get a visa, you never know what's going to happen with that. You still can fulfill your family commitments, and there's no career interruption and limited flexibility, because then you will be able to kind of do this work wherever you are and based on your own schedule. Quickly about Learn Without Borders. So we are fully online. Either you're full-time or part-time. You can do it either way, and you'll be able to pace it the way you want it rather than being forced to do it in a certain way. It's career-ready programs. I will tell you more about that. In other words, how it is career-ready, because the programs we have selected to offer is very much in demand, in the U.S. and rest of the world. And we have quite a bit of learner support. I meet with the students once a month myself in person via Zoom to learn about what they have learned and some of the issues they're facing. So in that case, we can respond to their needs faster and quicker. And the global learning community, you're going to be among a large group of people from all over the world, and you'll be able to create a really strong network of people as such. The program's built for working professionals and modern learners. This is for you as somebody who's coming back to school, and we will support you any way we can. So there is no forced career pause, that sometimes people have to quit and go somewhere else. Designed for the, as I said, it's a real-time, just-in-time design. In other words, we try constantly changing the courses to make it as applicable and relevant to you and the workplace. And the programs are career-focused pathways. In terms of your academic programs, there are 3 distinct programs we offer: business, and you can do undergraduate, you can do MBA, and you can do a doctoral. Under computer science, the same, and of course you can specialize in certain areas, whereas in AI, cybersecurity, data science, and the Internet of Things. And the education leadership, which if you are in the field of education and you're in the school systems or anything like that, this degree will give you a leg up in terms of being able to get into a leadership position, right? So those are the programs that we offer right now. And of course you have access to it on the website, and you can talk to your admission person to learn more about it. Again, I've reinforced this in terms of that you don't have to pause your career or whatever you're doing, drop your family and go to school. The areas that you can focus, if you're working professionals, or you have your own business, or if you want to open your own business, then the business degree helps you to be entrepreneurial. Recent graduates and the career changers, somebody that has just recently graduated, let's say, on a master's, and you can come and get a doctoral degree. If you are in the process of changing careers, let's say you are going from, let's say, business into computer science, then it would be more important for you to take the computer science program, vice versa. And if you're a government employee, and of course, business owners, if you're owning a business, then you're going to learn a lot of new techniques, how to improve, how to strategize about your business and be able to move your business forward. And here, some of the opportunities you're going to have with a degree, right? And most of you know this, but again, what's reinforcing it: promotion opportunities, career transitions. And I cannot emphasize how the education can put you in a leadership position, because you're going to learn a lot of skills about how to lead. And then, of course, the entrepreneurship, and then opens doors internationally, because then you can use the degree, move around the world these days. And then higher earning potential that always exists, that once you have a degree, there's a better chance for you to earn. Global education helps local talent compete internationally, right? So here is some of the statistics. 39% of the skills required in the job market are expected to change by 2030. That's in less than 4 years. So you need to kind of learn how to learn. That's the most important thing. And that's one of the things you're going to learn at Florida Coastal University, to become a lifelong learner, to be a critical thinker, to be, as you know, there's tons of information out there. But how do you use that information to really make a sense of it, and then turn it around and try to help yourself and others, and even your workplace. 59 in 100 workers estimated this share would need training before 2030. But as I said, there's a difference between training and education. So once you get a degree, then if you have certain training, then the education will help you to use that training more effectively, And then 78 million net jobs. This is what's, again, statistics shows that there will be shift in terms of employment. And we know that the degree help us, when we are in the market, to make the shift as we go along. Now, in terms of getting started, you submit the application. It's all online. You don't have to go anywhere or see anybody, but you certainly can schedule a meeting with your admission person. And then the document review, there are certain things you have to submit, like your transcripts from previous schools. You have to write a little letter about your intent, why you're trying to earn a degree. And then you will sign an enrollment agreement with us. Then there will be a document review. You review those documents. You get an admission offer, and then you enroll. Again, these are all electronic. You don't have to go anywhere. You can do it from the comfort of your home. And it's we have made it very convenient, because we know how busy you are, and we don't want you to spend time on things that are unnecessary and going to preoccupy you. So in that case, we try to make it as easy as possible and accessible to you 24/7. And now there are certain things that you need to do in order to succeed. We don't want you to come and feel like you're strained. You have to be very consistent about what you want to learn and be available. You have to have a strong commitment. The way I would say it, it's almost like work. When you commit to work, you have to be at work on a certain hour and leave on a certain hour. Online learning is not much different. You have to treat it almost like the work. You have to make sure that you are available and make yourself available, to be able to log in and do the work. Time management becomes very important. And you have to keep yourself engaged and motivated, and the way it's going to happen, you can talk to your faculty members, or you can talk to your colleagues and others in the classroom, and they will support you the best can. But we are also available to support you. If you get a little bit less motivated, let us know, and we will try to make sure that you can move forward. And then the continuous learning that's going to happen is a big motivation by itself, because you're going to have new tools and new skills that you're going to learn. And the way I describe our brain is like a toolbox. So all these tools come and sit in there. And then when the need is, you just pull it out from your mind and you use it whenever it's needed to be used. The most important is, as the statement says on this slide, the future belongs to lifelong learners. We have to learn how to learn, And it's going to be important to be able to make the shift. And education, as I said, it's a transformation of your mind that provides you an opportunity of becoming a lifelong learner, in addition to all the other tools and everything that you're going to learn. A degree from American University, like Florida Coastal University, will advance your career. You're going to gain global skills. You're going to definitely earn a US degree and learn from anywhere that you are. And I know some of you might be traveling for work and others, and therefore you don't have to again stop, because wherever you are, you'll be able to access your information and be able to log in and do the work that is required, and then basically be almost just in time learning that's going to happen. So that's the learn from anywhere. Now with that, I'd like to turn into question and answers, and I really appreciate you joining us today, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. Also, you can put your questions in the text message in case, if you like.
Thank you so much, Dr. Alex, for that insightful presentation. So it is open for question and answer. If you have a question and you'd like to speak, just unmute yourself and then you can speak. Otherwise, you can put your questions in the chat box and Dr. Alex will take those. Okay, yeah. I could see a question, Dr. Alex. Should I read that to you?
Yes, please.
Pat Peter is trying to find out what the tuition is like. So he's saying, what is the tuition like?
Yeah, the tuition for the doctoral is $6,500 US dollar. For master's is $5,500, and for undergraduate, $6,500. And if you compare and contrast it to other universities, you're gonna see, and this is for the whole degree, not just for 1 year. One of the biggest problems right now in the United States is the price of education keep going up and up and up, and many people cannot afford it. So we are trying to make it as affordable as possible, and that's why we are taking this initiative of pricing it the way we have. And of course, another important thing about it is that you can make arrangements for payments. You don't have to pay it all at once. You can break it down. You can pay it monthly, quarterly, and that's a conversation you need to have with your admission recruiter in terms of how you go about paying your tuition. But this tuition, compared to other universities and colleges, once you compare it, you will see that it's way, way affordable versus others. And I hope there was another question. Yeah.
Yes, but before I go to the next question, I do like to also add that, we also do have some discounts available. So if you're really interested in the program, you can speak to Arof. Of course, they have all the details as concerns the scholarship that's available for Nigerian students. We have up to like 50% on that tuition. Okay, so I'll take the next question. It says, what is the class timing like, especially for us in Nigeria that work from 9 to 5?
Right. So there is no any special time to meet. The classroom is 24/7. You can log in at any time. After you join the class, then you might have arrangements with the faculty as a group. Let's say there are a few people from Nigeria, a few people from Nepal, new people from India. You all agree one is the common time that you want to meet together, and that time will be arranged through faculty and others. But recently, one of our students created a WhatsApp group, and the faculty and the students communicating through WhatsApp. And as you know, WhatsApp also has a video opportunity, so you can make a specific time to meet in person via video and engage with the faculty and other members of the class.
Okay, thank you. I hope that answers the question. So the next question we have in the box says, what of a PhD program in data science? The person already has a PhD in geophysics. So he's asking if there's a PhD in data science, yes.
Right. So the computer programs that the computer science program has 4 areas of specialization. AI is one of them, which is of course, artificial intelligence that is becoming so important. There is Internet of Things, which is really an opportunity for you to learn about how you manipulate the internet and all that. In terms of specific difference between your degree and some of these specialization, I would rather to have one of our computer science faculty to discuss it with you, and it can be arranged with you to have a initial conversation with our computer science chair of the department and Dr. Wallace, will be able to, Dr. Farley, Tony Farley, will be able to help you with that question in terms of how this degree might be different from the one you have, and how it's going to help you to explore new options or careers.
Okay. The next question, it says, can someone with a higher national diploma in chemical engineering from Nigerian university, of course, apply for masters in your institution? So the higher national diploma is a HND. Okay, so the person is asking if a HND holder can apply for master's program.
Yeah, so what we do, if you have a degree from another institution, if it's a master's and relevant, then we will take a look at your courses, and you'll be able to transfer up to 12 of those credits to your master's program at FCU. But again, you need to submit your transcripts, we need to take a look at it, and then we'll be able to then figure it out if those credits are transferable. And if they transfer, then it will shorten the time that you're going to be able to earn your degree. And of course, let's say if you transfer 12 credits, the program is 36 credit, that becomes 24. And if you take 12 credits per semester, you'll be able to get your master's in 1 year.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Alex. So there's another question. This is 3 questions in one, so we'll just take them one after the other from Amos. The first one is the institution accredited by regulation bodies in America?
Right. That's a very good question. So we are a newly established university, and that's why we are so flexible in terms of being able to provide you with the very up-to-date information and classes and curriculum. So the university is licensed by the Florida Commission for Higher Education, so CIE, Florida Commission for Independent Education. So we are licensed. Next step for us is within the next 2 years to seek accreditation from one of the 6 regional accrediting agencies in the United States. And we are planning to do that. So that's an additional accreditation. Right now, we are fully licensed by the state of Florida to operate as a university.
Okay, so the follow-up question says, are you like an open university, and can your MSc lead to a PhD program in another conventional university within America?
Right, so MSc can lead to another institution, but we cannot guarantee that the other American university will accept the degree from us, because that's up to them to figure it out if they're going to accept the degree or the courses that you're taking. The same thing goes with us. For instance, if somebody comes to us and say, I have a degree from such and such a university, then we need to assess it and see how this fits into our programs and be able to then figure it out if that degree would be accepted or not. So it's really up to each university to decide if they're going to accept a degree from another university. And you need to then explore that with each university independently and find out if they will be accepting for the Coastal University degree. If you have a school in mind, you can check with them initially first before you enroll and find out what do they think about Florida Coastal University and if they're going to accept it.
Okay, so I see another question. It says, are there age gap limit for an English language requirements? Because I think that's what this learner is trying to ask.
Right.
Is there a limit for age, or are there specific English language requirements for Nigerian students?
Yeah, very good question. There is no age limit, and in fact, I think what I've learned is sometimes I've seen people in their 60s and 70s. In fact, I had a conversation with one student recently, and he was 62 years old, and he's coming back to get a degree. So there is never a good time, and especially for adults, because things get more complicated, So, but there's no age limit, and I think anybody at any moment that has the time and motivation to learn should be able to get a degree. And FCU has no limitation about that. And what was the other question, Hope? The age, and then there was something else about that.
Yes, the follow-up question was about the English requirements.
Yeah, the English. Right. If your degree is from an English-speaking university or college, or university or college that has English teaching, then there won't be any need for English proficiency. But if you are coming from a country that English is not the primary language and you haven't gone to an English instruction school, then we need to take a look at it. And in that case, we might ask you to do TOEFL or Lingua kind of a test. But if you're coming from English-speaking country and or you have gone to English teaching university or college, then definitely those you will be able to join the FC.
Okay, there's one more question, but I think you already addressed that question. It's still asking about the tuition requirements, how much the tuition fee costs.
Right.
Like I explained, yes, I don't know if you would like to go over that again.
No, Hope, I think, yeah, I'm glad to hear that there's a 50% reduction, because again, I know how important education is, and then of course we are trying to make it as affordable as possible. Our published rates are on our website, but Hope suggested that there will be a 50% reduction, for students from Nigeria. And I'm glad to hear that, because that's fantastic and it's great. And I think seriously, you need to take advantage of this opportunity. And as I said, the payments can be made, through arrangements monthly or quarterly. You don't have to pay it all at once.
Thank you so much, Dr. Alex. And please keep your questions coming. I don't see any more questions in the chat box. If you have questions, please, this is the time. Feel free to ask any question that's in your mind, just so you get clarity. And just in case you're worried about how the enrollment works, we have partnered with AROF International Consult. AROF International Consult will be able to, help you with your application processing and everything you need to know about Florida Coastal University here in Nigeria. So AROF is the guide to follow. They will give you all of the necessary support. And then if you need to speak to Dr. Alex, maybe one-on-one, of course, we will try to see how we can book a one-on-one session as well. So keep your questions coming. We really love to take those.
Yeah, and while we are waiting for other questions, as I said, in the last 40 years, 25 to 30 years, I spent with adults like yourself, and I saw people coming to colleges that I was serving, and I've played different roles, and I've been in a professor in a classroom. Then I moved down and became a dean. From deanship, I went to VP positions, and then ultimately president of the college in California. And but for the last few years, I've done also consulting with many universities and colleges. But one thing I noticed, the adults that came to the colleges that I was serving, they weren't sure about why they're doing it, and they weren't confident. They weren't that much up into like, oh, I'm going to be able to do this because I have so much other responsibility in my life. But once they signed up, and I saw them on the stage, 2 years later or 3 years later, whatever it took for them to earn their degree, I saw a tremendous confidence in them to get on the stage, get their diploma, and then be able to move on. And I've kept in touch with some of them, and some of them have gone to write books. Some of them have advanced in their careers, and they've become very successful people. So anytime that you take a step of learning more, I think it's one step that you have taken to really advance your own personal life and goals. And another thing is, when you do go to school, people around you, your kids, your family members, your nieces, your cousins, and everybody looks up to you, and they see you have done it, and becomes a motivation for them. So I've seen this is kind of a boat, that's kind of a tide that raises all boats, So you do it, and others follow your footsteps.
That was insightful, Dr. Alex. Thank you so much. So someone is asking if one finishes extremely well. So if I happen to graduate, on a very good note, would I be retained? Would the university be retaining me as a maybe lecturer or an assistant? So that's
Right.
what the person is asking.
Yeah, that's a good question. So let's say you earn a doctoral degree from us, either in computer science and in fact, one of our requirements is that you have to have a doctoral degree to teach. So all of our faculty members have doctoral degrees, that are teaching now. So if you earn a doctorate degree from us, we always have openings, and we expect our college to grow. And in that case, you will be able to apply like anybody else, and we have an opening. You will be given a very serious consideration of having a teaching job, with the Florida Coastal University. And in fact, for all colleges and universities, doctoral degree is a must if you want to teach, you know. So just keep that in mind, that those of you that want to go for doctoral programs, that will be one of the opportunities for you, that once you have a doctorate degree, you'll be able to apply for teaching jobs around the world. And these days, by the way, you can be anywhere in the world and teach. You know, you don't have to be, again, physically one place to go and to a classroom. You know, there are a lot of other universities and colleges that might be bring you on board to teach, you know, online.
Thank you so much, Dr. Alex.
Okay.
So there's a follow-up question. Someone is asking again about the higher national diploma. So I'll just take those ones. First off, regarding the tuition, Dr. Alex already mentioned exactly how much the tuition is. But just so that we don't go over things here, I'd like you to consult AROF, okay? They'll be sharing the entire details with you, okay, via WhatsApp or any other communication channel that you use. You will get the exact tuition fee and how much the scholarship is awarded to Nigerian students. And like I said, there's up to like 50% of the tuition for Nigerian students. So feel free to contact AROF. They will give you all the details as necessary. And then for Aziz, you're still asking if someone with higher national diploma can enroll in the master's program. Of course, Dr. Alex has said yes, you need to submit your transcript, and then they will need to look at your credit scores to be able to determine if you'll be able to enroll for the master's degree. So don't say never. Please do well to submit your applications, submit your documents, including your transcript and certificates. Then we would be able to, analyze that, because this is on a case by case. So we'll be able to evaluate that, and then definitely, I'm sure you will get a positive response.
Yeah, Hope is making a very important point. Apply, let us collect the information from you, and if you have degrees from somewhere else, then as I said, you'll be able to transfer some credits and speed up your process of earning a degree from FCU. But we will not be able to do that until you have submitted all your documentation and we have analyzed it and we have looked at it, and then we can get back.
I think someone has a question, so can you see that?
Okay, let me see. Does the institution do engineering courses for MS? Yeah, that's such a specific question. As I suggested, some of these questions, if you direct it, we can send it to chair of the department and they can get back to you, to see how some of these specific questions you have. I'd rather somebody who's expert in the field to be able to answer that question rather than me speculating about it. And also, as Hope suggested, it's not just me. We can arrange one-on-one for you with faculty members as well as chair of departments to talk to them. In fact, one of our applicants have requested to meet with the director of the computer science program, and that's been arranged. And it has been in the works. So feel free to reach out to Hope or to Flora and arrange it.
Okay, I hope that has taken care of the question. Okay, what's this? Can we get the contact of the experts? Okay, he's asking if they can get the contact of the faculty member, that they can reach out to.
Right, Hope. So
okay,
the best way to do that, make your contact with your admission representative, and then they will reach out to the chair of the department or the faculty member to arrange it. And that's what we are doing with the other student that I told you about, or applicant that is interested. So they have reached out to a contact person they have, and then that person on your behalf arranges a meeting with the faculty member. And I think it's a great idea for you guys to learn as much as you can, from the faculty. And also you can ask specific questions, what you're going to learn, what kind of information they're going to be sharing with you. And that kind of one-on-one is always helpful. So if you can arrange it, feel free to reach out and let us make it happen.
Okay, so any more questions? If you have questions, please do ask your questions. It's very important that you get all the details that you're looking to have. We're not in a hurry to end the meeting. We'd like you to ask your questions so that you're very clear on what you're embarking.
And as Hope suggested, this is not the only time you'll be able to engage with me or any member of the FCU. Anytime you're available, let us know, and we will make ourselves available to talk to you on a one-on-one basis. Because sometimes I've been like you, I leave a meeting and then I comes to my mind, why did I ask that question? Why didn't I ask this question? So feel free after the meeting, to reach out to us, and we will make sure that all your questions are answered.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I do not see any further questions in the chat box, and I do want to believe that we've had an awesome time. And then I want you also to know that we have partnered with ROF International Consult. ROF is our representative here in Nigeria. They handle most of the application and counseling session for learners who are looking to join FCU. So if you have any other question, post this call that you were not able to ask here, please feel free to contact ROF. They will take you through the entire process. And then if you need to speak to any of us, myself, Dr. Alex, of course, you would have our contact through ROF, and then you'll be able to speak with us. I think someone dropped something. Let me quickly take that.
What is the minimum grade requirement?
Grade requirement, okay, for masters.
What do you mean by grade requirement? Is it like minimum grade you have from your previous studies, or the minimum grade in the master's program once you enroll?
So this person is asking about the minimum grade requirement as far how much grade they have from their last studies. So what's the minimum GPA required to enroll in master's program?
Yeah, if you have an undergraduate with a GPA of about C or above, we will accept it.
So that will be somewhere around 3.0 for Nigerian students. Of course, they can relate better with that.
Right.
If you have a GPA of 2.9, 3.0, even if the GPA is around 2.5, we do also consider other factors like your work experience, previous work experience. If it really aligns, we'll be taking those into consideration while we evaluate. So just do not assume, just feel free to submit your application, as I would encourage, so that we can do the evaluation ourselves and then determine whether you get to go forward or not.
Yeah, in fact, Hope raises a very important question. So your experiences matter, so when you submit your application, please submit a resume indicating your background. So let's say you went to undergraduate program and you end up with a grade point average of 2.2 or 2.3, and you have worked for 10, 12 years. If you can document your work experience, we will definitely consider that and part of your overall admission. So don't feel like you have a minimum GPA that we will require you to have it in order to apply. You apply as an adult learner. I've noticed somebody even with the 2.1, 2.2 have come and they have been able to succeed, because the time changes. When you're younger, you have a whole different kind of agenda than when you're older, but definitely your resume is going to carry a lot of weight. So when you apply, please apply and then submit your resume along with your work experience or whatever you have documented, and we will definitely take that into consideration.
And if you feel like you want to speak, please feel free to unmute. We would be able to accommodate that as well.
And thank you for thanking me, but more than anything, I thank you for your time, to take this time to really look at your own personal kind of opportunity and what you can do to advance your lives. That's very important these days. And as I said, for adults, there is never time too late, so please take advantage of opportunities presented, and I hope that you will join us to be able to advance your careers, your lives, and anything else that comes with it. Okay, another question is, we don't have any fees. We have one flat rate, and that's another frustration I've had with other universities and colleges that I had served. They always tells you, here's a price, and then they add this fee, they add that fee and that fee, and before you know, you have a ton of other fees. So here's a one price, and that's it. It's what you see, we get. So there is no additional fees.
Okay. I do think that we've had a great evening. Speaking to Dr. Alex, and I do believe that all of your questions were fully answered and you got insight into what this program is about. Just as a takeaway note, like I mentioned, do not assume that your profile will not be considered. Do not also assume that you do not meet the requirement for this program. You can feel free to submit your applications through ROF, and then you will get the full details on the scholarships that are available. Like we've mentioned, there's up to like 50% on the tuition. You will get details of the scholarship that's available for Nigerian students through AROF, because we do not make this open on the website. This is something that we have created, to support Nigerian students. So feel free to contact AROF at any point if you feel you need to get the full picture of what the tuition looks like. And I assure you, it's not something that you cannot afford. Again, do understand that we also have a payment plan. Okay, so you're not required to pay the tuition upfront. We have made arrangement for you to be able to pay the tuition in some sort of payment plan. Okay, so contact AROF and then you'll be able to find out exactly how much it is. And one more thing to speak about, I'll just quickly run you through the deposit. Okay, so we require, once you get the full details of the tuition, we require you to pay at least 50% of the tuition fee as deposit, and then the remaining part of the tuition is then broken down into installments for you. So you have up to like 12 months to pay the remaining part of your tuition. Okay, so once you pay 50% upfront, the rest will be broken down into monthly installment up to like 12 months. Okay, so I do hope this is clear. Thank you so much. And then one thing I think I need to mention, of course, is the duration of the program. Okay, for the bachelor's and the PhD program, the duration of the program is 3 years. And just so you know, the tuition is fixed, so you do not need to pay yearly tuition. Say for example, like Dr. Alex mentioned, 6,500, which is 6,500 USD, is the actual tuition. Okay, and that tuition is of course for the entire duration of the program. It's not like you're paying 65,000 every year. No, once you 56,000, sorry, 6,500, sorry for missing my word. When you pay 6,500 as your tuition, covers the entire duration of your program. Okay, and then in case you get the 50%, up to the 50% discount, it's still the same. You do not have to pay tuition every year. You just pay tuition once. Once you pay the 50% of that tuition, the remaining is broken down into monthly installments, and that will be it. The master's program is for 24 months, which is a total of 2 years. Okay, so the same thing applies. You only pay one tuition. You do not have to pay tuition on a yearly basis. I do hope this is clear. Please give it a thumbs up if this is actually clear.
And Hope, you mentioned 65,000, and that's not far from some universities and colleges that charge that much, but ours is 6,500.
Thank you so much, Dr. Alex, for clarifying that. Okay, this one, it says I have an MBA from a Nigerian university. Can I enroll for PhD?
Yes, you can. Yes, we accept all international degrees as long as, you went to an English-speaking kind of a university. All right, it seems like there's no further question. Well, thank you so much for attending, and I really appreciate this opportunity to share some words with you and about my own kind of experience and what we are doing at FCU. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the classroom. So you guys have a wonderful rest of the day or evening or wherever you are. And thank you so much.